Okay everyone, what's going on? J-Man101 back, and today we are going to be doing a breakdown video of some key points of the new The Crew Wild Run DLC trailer that was just released yesterday, or 2 days ago at the time of this video uploading, at Gamescom in, the UK, and we're going to be looking at some of the key features of this new DLC, including new vehicles, new specs, and new, areas, I guess, is the easiest way to put it. So without further ado, here's the trailer, and then I will be back to go over a couple key screenshots from this trailer. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy if you haven't seen it already. Okay guys, so the first picture that we're looking at here is of the summit is what it's called. Actually, it's literally called the Summit, and it's basically gonna be one of the main backdrops for this new DLC. It's going to be, if you know the crew map at all, you'll recognize this area pretty easily. It is the I believe it's called Meteor Site. I'll double check exactly what it is. It's like crack or meteor crater or something like that. It's towards the bottom of the mountain states, the south of the mountain states, bottom right almost. That's where this crater or meteor crash site is at, and that's going to be where this one of the main sections of the new DLC Wild Red that we're gonna be seeing, I guess, as a meetup, because if you look at the bottom of the picture, you can see a road. That road looks like it has cars that might be drifting on it. There's cars that look like they either are drifting or they're just all trying to drive to the middle to meet up. I don't know. That's what it looks like from this picture. You can see cars driving around the circle in the middle, as well as cars driving in from the sides of the canyon. So that is the first major thing in this DLC. Is there's going to be new like hubs, essentially, almost if like you're playing Forza Horizon. There's going to be all these different hubs that you can go to, I'm assuming, for all sorts of new events, from the drifting, drag racing, and monster truck racing. I'm sure that's going to be a huge thing that you're going to have to look out for when the DLC comes out, to find all these new places, because we don't know yet if they're going to be marked on the map or if we're going to have to go and find these. But yeah, that's the first big thing. Okay, next we're taking a look at this screenshot here. This is the probably the biggest thing in this DLC. Biggest not as in size as much as actual I don't know what I mean, but like, it's like the biggest shock to us all probably is we're actually going to be getting motorcycles. That's right, motorcycles in this DLC have been confirmed, obviously, by this picture here, as well as there are some other screenshots that have been released that confirm this just as well, that motorcycles are going to be a new add-on in this game. We have no idea how they're going to work, like if so we don't know if they're gonna have like different specs, or if it's gonna just be a straight bike, and that's like, there's gonna be the regular one, then there's probably gonna be like one maybe that you can customize, like as like a street or perf spec. I think that's probably all we're gonna get to see out of these. Sadly, it'd be pretty cool to see if you can't put on some bigger like off-road tires and really go off-roading in these motorcycles. That would be something really crazy to see in this. We've already seen what they can do in this game with off-roading, and so I'm super excited to see what they decide to do with these, because I think this is going to be a crazy implementation into this game of just cars, because normally we don't see too many car games and that have motorcycles in them. This is going to be one of the first big games, like the first new big game that's going to have these, and it's going to be crazy to see these two things collide and see how exactly they're going to stack up performance-wise against each other, and like control and all this and that. It's going to be crazy to once we get to see all this fold in together. Okay, guys, so next we're going to be looking at probably my favorite part of this DLC video. This isn't in this particular screenshot is not from the video. This is a separate screenshot that Ubisoft has released with regards to one of the newest specs that we are going to be seeing in this game, and that is the drag car spec, or dragster, or drag car. I can't remember entirely. But this is going to be a brand new spec that is going to be added into the game. Obviously, as we can see right in this picture, we have our rough, or I guess because it is a rough because they don't have Porsches. We have our rough there. We have what I believe is the Camaro, because that's what it looks like from this picture. I'm 90% sure that is the Camaro, the old classic 1969 Camaro, as well as what looks like the 2014, I believe is the year for the game, Corvette. That's what looks like. The three cars in this picture are, as you can tell by looking in the background and looking at the ground itself, this is at the Bonneville Salt Flats. And so that means that, and you can see actually all these red flags, all these different flags that you see in the background, those are the exact same flags that there are in the Summit, I believe that's the name, of the Summit area that I showed, I've already gone over. Those are the exact same flags, so, and as we will discuss in just a little bit, there are obviously more than one locations for all these new events. There's going to be multiple across the entire country. Next we have the another big change. Actually, two things in this video, or in this screenshot, that are very cool. We get to see our first new car for the DLC. I know we've already seen the motorcycles, but this is our first new car. It's the Subaru BRZ. And this as well as the skyline in front of it are going to be the new drift spec. Now, we've obviously seen drifting in this game before, but the drifting mechanic wasn't really there. It's not a very easy thing to do in this game. It's actually very difficult. If you've played this game even on like hardcore steering, it's even harder to do than on full assist steering. It's insane trying to get a good drift and actually keeping it. So I'm hoping that with these specs, it gives us the leniency we need to swing our car out, but it lets us have the grip that we need to keep the drift going through these corners at higher speeds, so we can actually drift in this game, because that's something that I've wanted to do personally, that it's really hard to do in a normal car. And so I'm hoping that these drift spec, which is one of the new specs that they're adding in, obviously, the drift spec, I'm hoping, is going to be a huge improvement that's going to really help with drifting, and I'm hoping that it's actually going to work really, really well. And so this is our last image or screenshot, guys, that we're going to be looking at here. And I want to point something out really quick in the last image with the drift specs that I did not point out, which is that is at the Summit, I guess, hub that I pointed out earlier. That's one of the roads in the Summit hub. You can tell by the background of the canyon walls of the meteor crater. But anyway, moving on, this is our last screenshot, and it is of the monster truck, which is probably the biggest and craziest thing in this game. Like, we're gonna have monster trucks, legit monster trucks in this game. We thought raid specs trucks were pretty big and handled really crazily off-road. These things look like they are going to be a blast to be driving around. I know for sure I'm probably going to rack up so much time driving these around, because it's going to be something so cool and so new. And sadly, we only, in this trailer, all three, because in this part of the trailer, there's only 3 monster trucks, and all 3 of them are Ford Raptors, I believe, which is really upsetting, because I'm wondering if it is only going to be the trucks, like a couple trucks, like the Ford Raptor, the Chevy Silverado, the Dodge Ram, and the Hummer, like those things. I'm wondering if that's all it's going to be, or if even we're going to get to see some cars made into monster trucks. For instance, the Dodge Charger, or a new Mustang, or even a Ferrari, because we never saw a Ferrari or Lamborghini or anything as a raid spec. And me and my friends, we were dying to see that, and we never got to see that in the actual game. So I'm wondering if that's actually going to be a thing, because if that's a thing, that's going to be pretty insane. Like, even just some cars as monster trucks, like, that would be so cool, because we've got cars as raid specs. We know they can do it. We know Ubisoft can so do this. They need to do this. This would be such a cool thing to do. As you can tell, this is in the mountain states. The background is in the mountain states. I'm 90% sure. These are going to be all the new hubs for this DLC that we're going to be seeing throughout the country, and I'm sure there's going to be many more, and they're all probably going to be different and unique in their own way, with what events they're going to have, what specs you can do there, and all sorts of things. And so that's it for this video, guys. If you guys would have any questions about the trailer or any questions about information, please don't forget to ask in the comments below. I'm going to be definitely trying to keep you guys up to date as much as possible with regards to this DLC and any other Crew DLC or news regarding cars, any new areas, and anything like that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys thought this video was good, please like, subscribe, and comment. It really does help a lot when you guys show your support. It makes a huge difference. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.